and welcome to This Week at the Movies. I'm Matt, and I wanted to jump on midweek because we have a couple of big releases, marquee releases here for the second week in December. So without further ado, going to jump right into it. And the first one is Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. This is the third film in the Knives Out franchise that follows investigator Benoit Blanc, played by Daniel Craig. This one drops on Netflix starting Friday, December 12th. Again, written and directed by Rian Johnson. This one, a whole new mystery, a whole new cast led by Josh O'Connor, who plays a former boxer turned young priest. He's assigned to an older priest played by Josh Brolin in kind of a dying venue. They're assisted by a nun played by Glenn Close and a groundskeeper played by Thomas Hayden Church. There's a small cadre of dedicated attendees that include Daryl McCormick, Kaylee Spaney, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott, Jeremy Renner. And when the senior priest turns up dead, it becomes an all-out mystery that draws Benoit Blanc to assist the local police chief played by Mila Kunis. Look, if you have enjoyed these Knives Out movies in the past, you are really going to enjoy this third Knives Out film. I think I like this one a little bit more than The Glass Onion. In the intermediate time, we've seen Rian Johnson diving into TV. He had this series Poker Face that often started with a long introduction from the point of view of the kind of guest star of the week before you brought in your familiar face as the investigator, in that case, Charlie Cale, played by Natasha Lyonne, and then kind of picked up from there. I felt some of the vibes and some of the style vibes with this third installment. I really like Josh O'Connor. He kind of carries things, kind of a focal role here, but it is a great cast. Daniel Craig continues to have fun. This one feels different. The case is different. Kind of what they're doing is different. It feels like a lot of fun. And I am giving this one a big thumbs up. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. One of my favorite franchises, Knives Out, a personal top 25 film for me. So I was really excited that they were making another one. And, you know, honestly, if Rian Johnson wants to just keep making these every few years for Netflix, you know, for the next 20 years, I'm going to be pumped as long as Daniel Craig wants to do it. They have found really creative ways to just have different cases and get things involved. So if you've been waiting for Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery like I have, this one does not disappoint. Well worth seeking out. If you want to go to theaters, though, we have another filmmaker who has not made a feature film since 2010, and that is James L. Brooks, the decorated director who has made such classics as Terms of Endearment and Broadcast News. He did As Good as It Gets in the 90s. He had a couple of films in the 2000s, you know, Spanglish, a film with Adam Sandler that I actually liked, I think, more than most. The last thing was How Do You Know? And that was in 2010. It's been 15 years. He is back with Ella McKay. Emma Mackey plays the titular Ella McKay here. We meet her kind of as she's in high school at first, her parents going through a scandal thanks to her father, played by Woody Harrelson, who's a little bit of a cad. Her parents end up having to move because of this, but she wants to stay rooted in her home state. So she ends up living with her aunt, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. She kind of sets herself up, has a lot of things going on. Then we flash forward well into the future. Her mother has kind of passed away. She's still estranged from her father, still very close with her aunt, but now she is serving as the lieutenant governor. The great Albert Brooks plays the governor, Governor Bill. And as we launch into this story, he is given an opportunity to get a new position that takes him out. And so that is going to vault Ella McKay into the position of governor. And she's dealing with all these personal things going on. Her strange father shows up, wanting to reconcile, needing to reconcile. She's got some drama with her husband, played by Jack Loudon, and with her brother, played by Spike Fern, who has his own issues. There is a great cast here. Camille Nanjiani's in here. Io Dibri is in here as well, as all of the people that I had mentioned. Rebecca Hall plays her mother. Julie Kavanagh, who has been the longtime voice of Marge Simpson on The Simpsons, a series that James L. Brooks has been a part of, is a key role in here, and the narrator. But I really enjoyed Emma Mackey in the lead role. I think she has a lot of good blend of humor and drama, but there are some great pop-ups. Albert Brooks killed me in the scenes that he's in. I had a lot of fun with him. Jamie Lee Curtis has some incredible line deliveries as Aunt Helen. ends up being a lot of fun. I'm giving this one a thumbs up. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I think it is well worth seeking out in theaters, especially if you like those kind of comedies. If you've been a fan of James L. Brooks in the past, this one will not disappoint. So that is the two big releases this week. I will be back early in the week, midweek next week, to talk about some of the movies that are starting to come and the onslaught for Christmas week. But until then, fire up Netflix and watch Wake Up Dead Man. Head out to the theaters and catch Ella McKay. You won't be sorry that you did. Both of them are great. Hope you guys have a wonderful time, and I'll see you at the movies.